Hi everyone, my name is Russell. This video is about my favorite system, the Nintendo Wii U. Alright, and this is going to be a guide and a little showcase of my collection and the 30 rarest games. It was hard to narrow down the list to just 10. And yeah, here it goes. Alright, so we're going to start from the top down, number 30 all the way to number 1, the hardest or rarest to find, according to my opinion. Starting off with number 30 is Scribblenauts Unmasked. This is the version with a Green Lantern DVD. It's a Walmart exclusive. If you're lucky enough to find this used at a game store, they usually keep their games or CDs or DVDs, however you want to call them, behind the counter. Make sure you get the DVD with this. When you find just the case out there, get both discs. Other than that, hard to find, doesn't cost any more than the normal version of the game. I can only find 2 listings on eBay, both of them. They sell for the normal cost. They're just very hard to come by. So, next up we have 2 games. I'm going to bundle these together. They're 2 variants. They're Nintendo Selects, Just Dance 2015 and Sonic and All-Stars Racing transformed. This Sonic game is only in an English print, but you won't find it in stores. These surfaced this year a couple months ago, mostly on Amazon. People are finding them used in GameStops, but no stores unfortunately carry this. Now this Just Dance is in a dual language, English and French, but I haven't found any in Canada. I'm seeing people find them in the States. It only sells for the normal retail cost. People are trying to get double their value on eBay. Who knows when these actual store listings and Amazon listings dry out what they will sell for. I can't see them being much. It's Just Dance, but you never know. Okay, so next up I'm going to bundle 2 together again. These are 2 Skylanders Dark Editions. They're not hard to find. They're readily available right now when you search for them, but they're expensive when you find them. This Skylanders Dark Edition, there's only one listed on eBay that I could find right now, and it's going for $150, which I don't think you'll find it for under $100 anymore. Scalpers ate them up, and that's what they're going for. Now this Skylanders Superchargers Dark Edition, it's actually fairly cheap, but this version is an Amazon exclusive, which includes a Stealth Elf figurine. There's no indications anywhere on the box that says anything about it. It's included under the wrap. There is a UPC code that indicates there's a sticker over the UPC that just shows you a different number, which is different from the normal set, which is fairly cheap still. But this one, still available on Amazon for $53. All these prices are US. You can get it in Canada, but you're going to be paying a little more than that. Still not hard to find. Alright, now next up, this is not hard to find. It's not too expensive, but still I'd put it in front of the other ones right now. It's Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now this special edition, this box is absurd for what's included. It has an art book, a little card, a USB stick with the soundtrack on it, and of course the game. What is cool about the game though is it has a reversible artwork cover. Now that, not many games do that for the Wii U, so that I thought was pretty cool. Next up is another special edition, a more appropriate sized box for what is included. This is Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Don't even want to try to say what's after that. Hashtag sign, number sign, FE, Fire Emblem. Now this includes an art book, soundtrack, stickers, the game. It's not hard to find. It's just expensive. When you find it at GameStop, it's going for $50. There are many on Amazon, over 20. There are over 10 on eBay, but you're not going to find it for under $70. It's fairly expensive, and that's not including shipping either. Video game price charting and game value now both peg it at around $70 plus, going up to, you could probably spend $100 plus on the new one still. Next up we have Rodea the Sky Soldier. This is the limited box set. This one, if you order it from the site, you get a little pendant key. They have no indications on the box saying it's a Wii U game. This I don't like because the 3DS version is identical, so you won't know what you have until you open the inside. Fortunately, I ordered it from the website. There was a little complication with the shipping, but they got it sorted out very quickly. Their customer service is excellent. This is still available from their site, and it's only going for $70. Could be a bit more, a bit less. I'll post a picture of it. Now, these two, the next ones here, I'm going to bundle together, just like I did with a few prior ones. These are GameStop print limited editions. Well, I wouldn't say limited, but they're hard to find right now. You can, if you're patient enough and you just look on eBay, when you find an auction, they'll end a little bit more than what the normal ones go for. Nothing crazy though, up to $30, what I've seen. Alright, up next we have Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. This game is not extremely hard to find, but it is extremely expensive when you find it. It's one of those games that just held its price. It's actually going for more expensive for a used copy than it is for a retail copy. I suggest if you have other trade bait, save that up if you need this game still. It's even at EB Games and GameStop, it's over $70. Okay, up next, pretty much the same story as the last one, a game called Devil's Third. This game had a very low print run, so it is actually pretty hard to find, and it is expensive when you find it. Save some stuff up for trade bait. There are people who have these available. I've seen them posting these. Just save up some other rare stuff. We'll get to more titles, even some prior stuff that you've seen, and you'll get a copy of this for hopefully cheaper than what you're seeing them for, if you're even finding them. Alright, so up next is one that I really like. This includes an actual pin. It's a Ducktales Remastered. We actually opened one of these, played it. My girlfriend beat it before I even got halfway through it. It's a really good game, including a pin. What else can you say? It's great. Okay, up next is another GameStop item. This is Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. It includes a Ganondorf statue. They're still going for $150+. They're not extremely hard to find. You can find up close to 10 of them on eBay, close to 10 of them on Amazon. They're just not cheap. So if you need that, be prepared to pay. Okay, so I put these kind of in the middle. They're not extremely hard to find. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I bundled these together. They are Nintendo Direct games. Now these games, you could order them from Nintendo. They're refurbished games. They have a little print or a little sticker on the game that says refurbished product. You can find these on eBay, some of them fairly easily, like the Mario Kart one, the new Super Mario Bros. And Luigi pack, Super Mario 3D World. You can still order this one from Nintendo's site for $15. It's still cheap. It goes for the same price as the normal one. Most of these do and should, but then these ones are extremely hard to find, and so is the Nintendo Land one, which I don't have yet. And you'll notice these ones are just stickers. I'm actually looking for the print of the Wii Fit U one, which I've never seen yet. But when I find it, I don't expect to pay much more than the regular cost of one. I do have some good trade bait saved up for this kind of stuff. So when they surface, hopefully I'll be able to get one. Okay, so next up we have the Lego Marvel Super Heroes. This comes with an Iron Patriot Lego figure. It is exclusive from Walmart. These range, I don't know if you can still find them. Some people might be that lucky, but these sold for, I don't even remember, probably under $50. They're now selling for up to $100 for a brand new copy. Stores, if they do have them, will sell them for a normal price. They'll keep the figure or a box in decent shape, but that's one to look out for. Okay, so this one kind of just recently jumped up in price. It was $20 in March. Now it's going for up to $100. It is the Cruise Prehistoric Party. We'll get into these sticker variants later. That's something I'm going to do on another video. But this game here, it was $20 retail, $20 used, or $10 for a used copy, until very recently, and this game has jumped up to an absurd price. You will find these like crazy right now. People, once they found out these were worth something, people started selling them. They're $50 when you find them at GameStop. They jumped their price up, so now resellers are pricing them from $60 to $100, and you can find them on Amazon or eBay all easily. They're not hard to find. They're just stupid expensive now. Okay, so this next one, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games Sochi 2014. This is included with a blue Wii remote. This was clearanced at GameStop for, I think it was $40, then down to $20 before people started grabbing them, and now you can't find it for under $100. It's ridiculous that some of these Mario and Sonic games just kept their value or jumped and not gone back down. They're cheap on every other system. They made so many of them. But this one here, even used copy without this game, it's probably going for 20 to 30 bucks, which they made a lot of these. I was seeing them like crazy when they were only $10, but now you can't even find them. Alright, so this next one is probably the biggest box set on the Wii U, is the Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes Edition. I think it was a Walmart exclusive. The only way to tell the difference on this one compared to the normal one, well, A, being the size, because it's so wide, but just from the front, it has this blue stripe going down the side. It just shows you the extra special characters that's included. This is extremely hard to find right now. There are none listed on eBay that I can find. There are none on Amazon that I can see. The last sold listing I could find was only 65 bucks, but how long until you see the next one, right? Alright, so up next we have another GameStop exclusive. This is the Super Smash Bros. Bundled. It's bundled with a controller and the GameCube controller adapter that allows you to use your regular GameCube controllers, which is the only game that utilizes that function and accessory. Now this here, they didn't make a lot of these, and they didn't make a lot of the just accessory available either. So when these are made in stores, these sold out, so did the accessory. People wanted to play that game so bad that people paid absurd prices for these just to open this up, get that adapter, then use the original GameCube controllers, because Smash Bros. Is very popular, and that controller, well, you need a GameCube controller if you want to play Smash properly. Now, because of that, there's not a lot of these sealed anymore. There is, however, a lot more of the controller adapters. Those were remade, and these were not. So it's harder to find these in decent shape. There's quite a few listed on the internet right now if you want a used copy, but to get a sealed copy, it's not cheap. Alright, so up next is Turbo Super Stunt Squad. This is probably one of the most recent $20 retail skyrocket games. Again, I'll get into these sticker variants at another time. Now, this game here, $50 at GameStop when you can find it. There's over 10 of them on Amazon right now. They go from 50 bucks up to 150 for a new copy. They're not cheap. It's very hard to come by. This was one of my very last games that I needed for my set, and that's back when this was still like a $40 game, Canadian prices. Alright, so getting into the top 10. This game is probably one of the ones you guys thought would be the rarest game, but again, we're including some variants and stuff like that. This is probably the rarest for the common non-variant set, Hello Kitty Cruisers with Sanrio Friends. This is probably the worst game on the Wii U. Just look at videos. It's so slow. It's good for a 3 or 4 year old if they can look at the TV without looking away. This is the only speed I can see being liked by somebody. This game, it's very expensive. This was one of my last games for sure, just like Turbo, but when I was looking for this game, there were no available copies. I was looking back in January to complete my set, and there was only 1 or 2 sold listings back in January at around 20 bucks. No more listings were come up at all. So this game took me a while to find. I actually paid just under $100 off of Amazon, and now it's, for a sealed copy, you're looking at $200 plus. For a used copy, you're looking at $100 just from GameStop. So resellers are going to price them at $150 plus. It's crazy that this is the holy grail for the regular common set. Okay, so up next, this one I really like. This is one of my first box sets that I ever got, mainly because it has the Luigi remote. It's the Nintendo Land boxed bundle. You don't see a lot of these around. When you do, they don't go for much less than $100 for a used copy, over $100 for a sealed copy. This is extremely hard to find, but it's not that expensive compared to what we're going to get into. So, up next is another remote bundle, but this is a Target exclusive. Another Just Dance 2015. But this one here, you won't even find it right now. There are no available listings. There's no sold listings. There's no data on video game price charting. There's no data on game value now. There's one listing on Amazon, but no currently items available. I think I saw this at 185 the last I checked. It's probably going to go up. This you don't see very much. It's a Target exclusive, 2015. You know, Target isn't even in Canada anymore. They stopped around that time that this came out. They probably didn't even make it to Canada. This was probably only a US item. Okay, so the next three I'm going to kind of do together because they're all like almost identical to each other in statistics. This, and they're all Skylanders sets. So, Skylanders Swap Force Dark Edition. This was a GameStop exclusive. And this was my last Skylanders set that I thought I needed until I found out another one coming up. So there is no data on any site about this. There are no sold listings. It took me a very long time reaching out to a very large group of people that are specific to Wii U before I found somebody that was willing to part with one. And it was not cheap, so that's one that a lot of people will still need if they're going for the Dark Editions in all of their sets. And then after that, we have Skylanders Trap Team Color Alive Edition. This is a Toys R Us exclusive. I think that this is a little more common than the last one, but again, there are no statistics, there are no sold data. I got mine on Amazon before it vanished. There are none available now. You might get lucky enough to find somebody trading one or selling one, but it's hard to even value this. It's probably not going to cost much more than $100. Skylander stuff is not that extremely sought after, but when going after variants and stuff like this, people can pretty much price them out at whatever they want or whatever somebody's willing to pay because there's no competition. Who's going to argue their price if there are no other ones available? Usually if it's too high, you'll just have somebody walk away, but if it's within their price range and it's a negotiable price, they'll work on something even if it's expensive. Now, this last Skylanders set, again, it's a Trap Team. It's a holiday super bundle pack. This was the last Skylanders set that I needed. I actually didn't even know this was in existence until posting my other Skylanders sets and then somebody saying, oh, do you have this one? And I actually found a video on YouTube of a kid opening this with the biggest, happiest face on that I've ever seen. And this here was, I almost had that same face getting this. It's a big box too, just like that Disney Infinity set. And yeah, again, you won't find any statistics on this. I've searched. I was lucky enough to find one on eBay, so if you find a sold listing, that's mine. I got it for under $100. Maybe just a little bit more than that, since from Canada paying the import fees is a little ridiculous, but this here is extremely hard to find. When I posted I had this, I had a lot of other people comment saying, where did I get it? Alright, so up next, a lot of people will actually probably not enjoy that I put this in here, and especially near this top of the list here, but we have a Darksiders Slipcover. I don't have it in possession right now. I'm going to show you the listing of one that I will be getting soon. Conveniently, I knew the seller and we could work out a fairly decent deal. But this here is a very odd piece, even for me. It is a fan art piece. There was a competition made in Latin America before Darksiders 2 was released. 16 contestants entered, and the winner actually got their art put on the slipcover for the Darksiders game released in Latin America. I cannot find out how many production numbers were made, how exclusive it really was, if it was available in just one store, two stores, just available through the promotion, if only the 16 enters got it. I don't know, but it's something I liked when I saw it. Unfortunately, it's not in English, but it does have the Nintendo seal. Not sure if Nintendo approved that, but again, it's something in the Wii U set that I felt I needed and I really wanted. Alright, down to the top three that I consider the hardest or rarest or most valuable. Maybe not the most valuable, but this here to me is one of the most valuable because I traded a complete in box Jack Rose for the Virtual Boy for it. Most people will think I'm crazy, but any Wii U collector out there who is needing this will understand why I did that. This is the first and only one I have ever seen of these. There is another video on YouTube of an unboxing of this exact item, and another video that is made by somebody else of a different one. So I know of at least two in existence, but This is released at a Target. It is a Lego Jurassic World, I want to say special edition, but that doesn't say anywhere on the box. All it says bonus, and includes a Dr. Wu figure. This thing here, the game itself does not have a UPC code on it. It is literally just like the game without the code. So if you ever find that in a game store, you have a piece of the puzzle. To find the box will almost be impossible, but the figure I'm sure you can find. There are other games that release this game with this set, so you could buy that figure. If you found the game without that code, you have 2/3 of the puzzle. So this is one of the hardest. This I found like most recently. I've got the number 1 and 2 way before this. Some people will think that this may be even harder to find than the next two. Nobody knows how many what number of productions there were. Nobody knows how many Targets got how many of each. Personally, I think the Lego collectors ate these up before the Wii U collectors could get at them because of this Dr. Wu figure. But who knows? Who knows? This is a weird one. Alright, so next up, this is easily my favorite game on the Wii U, Mario Kart 8. And this is the limited edition that was released at Nintendo in the Nintendo store in New York. Less than 500 of these are made. Fortunately, I have a graded one. This here, the only difference about this compared to the normal one, A, it's in a box, B, it has a blue shell. You will not find these for under $700. These are not cheap. This is definitely one of the lowest print runs that you will ever see on the Wii U. But we're not done, because with the same background story, we have the Hyrule Warriors limited edition. So again, released at the Nintendo store in New York City. You couldn't even order this one. You had to go to the store, be there probably 10 hours at least in advance to wait in a very, very long line, be given wristbands, and all you're getting is a box and a little scarf. There's nothing special about this except for the rarity for collectors. I personally will never open this. If I want the scarf, I will order the Japanese version, which they made plenty more of. I will open the box, take the scarf out. Don't need the box, but I will never open this to get this scarf. This is the hardest to find Wii U game. But the Wii U is not dead. There are other games that are being planned. There are other games that have come out since the Wii U has been discontinued. Cars 3 just came out the other day. Axiom Verge is still supposed to come out still. Just Dance 2018, I just happened to pre-order it. There's still games coming. There were over 50 indie games announced for the Wii U before Nintendo announced the discontinuation. Not all of these indie games have jumped ship yet. Some of them have not moved on to the Switch. Some of them have canceled. Some of them have not said anything. There are games that have been finished that have been scrapped. Ubisoft, however you want to say it, made a game called Know Your Friends. I'll put a little video, or not a video, but I'll put a little post about it here. It is a finished game on the shelves waiting for the Wii U popularity to pick up. Don't think that'll ever happen now, so this game may not ever see the light of day. If it is finished and on a shelf, maybe there are copies out there that may emerge one day. This could be that holy grail that nobody knows about. There's a game called Crymore. It is not finished. It's supposed to be coming out in the second quarter of 2017. It is a Kickstarter game with less than 1,000 copies available. I think it's 1,000 maybe, but across all platforms, PS3, computer, Wii U, and that's not saying there's 1,000 copies going to be available for Wii U. It's not going to be a retail item. It's limited to backers only, and I even messaged them. I got confirmation that it is not going to be changed to the Switch. They do not have a dev kit for it, so it's going to be coming out for the Wii U. The Wii U's not dead. We still have games coming. Let's hope there's many more pumped out. Emulation is not going to be the same on Wii U as it will be for any prior system due to having a gamepad in your hand. This feature, you won't be able to duplicate the same as you will. Even in 20 years, 30 years, as our computers get better, they're not going to give you a tablet with your computer that you're going to be able to program as your controller for your Wii U emulation. you're not going to get the same feel as you have as this. The Wii U's not dead. It's not pumping out games like we were used to, or we ever had, but I feel like it's going to have a little bit of a comeback when people miss how awesome the software on this is. And maybe we'll see more and give some more hope to a Wii U diehard like myself who wants to see more stuff on this system. Anyways, enjoy my video. Hopefully I'll make more in the future about this system here, and maybe even others, not sure about that.